3, 2, 1, go!
Hey everyone, how are you going? My name is Kodalima. This is another episode from my Minecraft Survival series. And before I get into anything else, I have to say a huge thank you to every single one of you who watches these videos and has hit that sub button, because I recently hit the 100 subscriber mark and I am so happy and grateful. That being said, if you're new here and you end up watching the rest of this video, consider hitting that button too and joining the community. Anyway, now on to the episode. As you can see, I'm here in the castle entrance, where there is a lot of empty space underneath me that needs filling, and for once, I actually have a plan. Today's episode is going to be all about these guys, the Minecraft villager. There's been some changes made to them recently, and there's potentially more that are going to come, so I need to get them set up before it all gets nerfed. So I'm still playing in 1.20.1, because while I was waiting for the mod start update to 1.20.2, Mojang started releasing snapshots for 1.20.3, and I thought, I'll just wait for that one now. So the biggest change Mojang have made is that in the 1.20.2, curing a villager more than once won't make the trades any cheaper. So I'm in my creative world, just to explain for those of you who are unfamiliar, that to get villagers to reduce their prices, we turn them into a zombie villager, then cure them using a potion of weakness and a golden apple. So this guy has channeling for 18 emeralds, so we'll zombify him and see what happens.
5 minutes later.
So it's gone down to 1 emerald anyway for the book, but the bookshelf is only down to 3. So this process in 1.20.1 and before can be repeated until all the trades are down to a single emerald. But from 1.20.2 onwards, the cost will only be reduced once. Which brings me to this space. My plan has always been to have a bunch of villagers in here that I can trade with, and I've kept putting it off because, well, it's a lot of work. But the time has come for me to get my butt into gear and get started. First thing I've got to do is clear out even more space, because this is going to be a huge area. I'd best start digging. My hand hurts. Okay, so I was planning on doing way more digging than this, but after spending an hour digging, I just want to do something more creative. I might finish it later in the episode, we'll see. So the area I'm digging out there is going to be where the villagers live, but before they can live there, I need to set up a zombifying area and such. Full disclosure, it's going to involve a little bit more digging, but it's a different kind of digging, so that's okay. So I've built this wrong. Yeah, so I changed the design, but I was still using the old one because it was a new day in real life and I'd forgotten what I was doing the day before. But these things happen. So I've connected up the villager island here over the other side of the bridge. Still got terraforming to do, but that's okay. We'll get around to that later. So go up the stairs and inside, you may or may not notice the difference from the time lapse, but the original design This side was closed off, but I had to change it for reasons that will become clear very soon. So this here is where we're going to convert the villagers into zombies and back again, but to do that, we're going to need a zombie. 5 minutes of waiting for nighttime later. So it actually took me a little while to even find a zombie at all. I kept leaving the area and coming back, hoping one would appear, but I realized it's because the caves below were loaded and already had mobs in them, so that one wouldn't appear on the surface. So once I realized this, I went up to the big open space I created earlier and flew up really high to get some other mobs to spawn. Once they were there, I had to find one that would pick up an item so it could use the sword to convert the villager in less hits, which saves a little time. I found one pretty quickly that picked up the sword, then I tried to build a shelter for it so I could make it daytime and get rid of the other mobs, and nearly died to a skeleton in the process. But I got there eventually and I managed to trap the zombie in a little dirt hut. Then it was time to move him. So I'd already given him a gold helmet so he wouldn't burn in the sunlight. Then I just got him to follow me over to the minecart, and after he hit me a few times, he was on his way. Getting him into his home at the other end was pretty easy because, well, mobs aren't the brightest. Welcome to your new home, buddy. Alright, zombie is in. Let me grab a villager and show you how it works. So this one already is a farmer, but if he didn't have a job, this is where I would do that. So he has potatoes and carrots for 26 and 22, and we're going to get that down. So we hit this button and he turns into a zombie villager by Big Chief. Then we hit this button and he can sit here, and we throw the potion and give him the golden apple. And now we wait.
5 minutes later.
Now he's a villager again, but the trades have only gone down a little, so we need to do this again. So back we go. Okay, so here's a zombie again, and for some reason he has a shovel. Anyway, here we go again.
20 minutes later.
So it took 4 cures, but we finally got his trades down to 1, so he's ready to move on to the next stage. But before he can, we need to actually build it all. This is why I wanted this wall to be left open, so I could put in this tunnel. It's just going to make it a lot easier to travel between the areas without having to go all the way around. So the next stage is getting the villager up here. I've put in this switch over here so I can pick which side the villager goes to, which will make more sense once it's built up inside the castle. So we'll send this guy up, and he should appear up here. Let me just get rid of this zombie. And now our villager will wait here before going up to the next stage. Before we do anything in the castle, I need to turn this area into a proper room. So I will be right back. And we're finished. Let me show you around. So here's the tunnel down to the villager holding area, which, by the way, I did not plan out the location of in relation to this area. So the fact that the tunnel lines up so well is pure coincidence. Anyway, I've kept the design pretty much the same as what it will be on the upper level, and it connects around the back here to the melon and pumpkin storage area too. So while this room is looking good, unfortunately this guy still has nowhere to go, as you can see behind me. And as much as I'd like to fix that, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end the episode here. I'm literally recording this Saturday afternoon, and the video will go live in about 11 hours, so I don't have time to do anything else. So eventually this area will become where the villagers live, but I've just got so much to do before that can happen. I think next episode I might take a break from the villagers and do something else, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you're still here, drop a like, and if you're brand new, consider subscribing. That's all from me this time, but I will see you again soon. Goodbye!